In this video, I'm going to take a look at the responsive nature of the 2012 theme. By responsive, we mean that the website will respond to the different devices that it's being displayed on. So if the website is being displayed on a phone, then it will shrink to kind of fit on that phone. And if it's being displayed on a desktop, it'll respond accordingly to the desktop. So last class we kind of took a look at what happens when you upload last video we took a look at what happens to an image when you upload it to your WordPress website. Essentially, we get these three images are created, and also there is an additional image, the 624 by 277, that was created by the 2012 theme itself. That kind of, it's kind of a recommended size that fits nicely into the theme. However, because it is a responsive website, that will also affect how the images look. And just one more issue. Here's the original image that we uploaded, which is 2050 pixels wide. Now I'm just going to show you what I mean by a website being responsive. So I'm going to go to my 2012 theme. So here's my theme here. You can see it's my basic 2012 theme. Now what happens if you're viewing this page on a smaller device? I'm just going to shrink the browser. You can see I shrink the browser in size so it's not as wide. So as it gets narrower and narrower as it's displayed on other devices, you'll see what happens here is the actual menu will collapse into a button. And there's a little bit more here. Yeah, okay, you can see how it collapsed or morphed to the device that it's being displayed on. And I just move it in a little bit. You can imagine what a phone display screen would look like. And here you can see it just morphing. The text, the menu, and that's a little bit too narrow probably. And if I just click on the menu here, I can see I have my menu. I can click on my blog and we see all the posts down there. Okay, so that's what basically a responsive website is. Now that has implication for images as well. Now I'll show you an example of what I mean. Okay, in our theme, let's go to let's go back to the dashboard, or let's go to our posts. And in the last video we entered an image into a post. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enter three different size images into that same post. So let's list all the posts, and I'm going to choose the Hello World post again. I'm going to edit it. Now I'm going to add three different size images here. So I'm going to add media, use the media library. I'm going to choose that image and just get the file size here. I'm going to put the recommended one by the 2012 theme. I'm going to insert that one into the post. Okay, and I will also, actually maybe I'll insert the medium sized ones just above it here. So I'm going to add just above here where the cursor is flashing, I'm going to add a smaller one than that, maybe the medium sized one. So insert into post, and let's choose the medium size image, which is 300 pixels wide. Insert that into the post. So that's on the top, and then just below our 624 width size here, I'm going to add another image. So add media and choose the Taj Mahal again, and this time I'm going to choose the full size. So the full size is the actual width of the image that I uploaded, which is 2050 pixels. I'm going to choose that one. I'm going to insert it into my post. So I have three images here. I have the 300, I have the 624, and I have the 2050. Notice how in my post here it's actually looks the same size. That's because WordPress inside the post has kind of cropped it down for you, so it's not displayed all the way across your screen there. So, but let's have a look what it looks like on the website. So I'm going to update this one. And go to my site, visit my site, and let's take a look at that post. All my posts, remember, posts are connected with blogs. I'm going to click on the blog, and here's my Hello World post. Now you can see the difference in sizes here. So this one is 300, this is the 624, and here's the 2050. Notice how the 2050 now goes all the way across. My screen's resolution is 1680 by 1024. So if we actually see what width this image is displaying at, all I have to do is I can just kind of inspect this element, and I can see the actual width is 2050 here, but it's displaying 804 pics by 357 pics. Now it's being in that response, it's responding to the current size of my browser, or my computer screen's resolution. So what happens if I make it a little bit smaller? Now you notice how at this size, this is 624, when I made it a little bit smaller here, let's see if I can inspect this element, the width is now 585, so it's actually less than the 624, so it's displaying at 525. So and this one is displaying at 525, so they both look the same. This was originally the 624, but now it's displaying at 585 by 260. Both of those both of these images are displaying at that width. Now I could make this let's just make it a little bit wider than the 624, which is the original natural size of this image before it kind of responded to the device. Now if I make it a little bit bigger, you can see up in the screen there my browser width is 1085 at the very top there, 1100. So it's kind of mimicking, like you can imagine, like the screen resolution. So here I'm going up. So let's get to about 12. Let's see if we can get to about 1200. Okay. Now let's take a look at the images and see. You can see how the bottom one is slightly a little bit wider than this one in the middle here. Now this one, so the space, this main column space here has increased more than 624, because this one was this image original size is 624, so it can't get any wider than 624. But this bottom image, the natural width is 2050, so it can get wider than 624. That's why you see it as kind of being a little bit wider than the other one. And let's see if we can grab the width here, inspect element, and it's 706 by 314, which is greater than the 624. If I take a look at this one and see if I can get the inspect element, it's 625. It's the max it can go, that's 625. So what this means is that you can actually go wider on when you're editing your images in paint.net. You can actually go wider on your images if you want to have your pages look nicer, maybe on the higher resolution screens. I remember we took a look at the statistics here. Let's go back here, and you can see actually January's are up now, and you can see we got 34% of the people using kind of high resolution screens. You can see the widths here and the percentages. So if you want to make your images a little bit wider, you can do that, and the 2012 theme will automatically resize them according to the device that is displaying it. But if you limit it to 624, then this can't go any wider than 624 if you have a high resolution screen. So you could make your images wider, and they still would display on like a phone, but and any other size screen, but the file size, I guess, would be a little bit bigger, so maybe a little bit slower, especially on the mobile devices. So that's essentially what you would be giving up, maybe speed to some degree on the smaller devices.